everybody. So, everything went to hell in Azure City, and Roy is still dead. This is the adventures of the dead guy.
Welcome back to Dragon Ball Z.
I will note that Roy specifically did not go to hell in Azure City.
Gee, I wonder what gave that away. Is it all the fluffy clouds and the angels?
Roy would rather have gone to hell than be standing on a cloud with his father.
The good news is this isn't actually D&D heaven, and Roy's dad cannot go to D&D heaven. Anyway.
Oh no, it's Roy in D&D limbo.
Yeah, he's kind of in D&D limbo. You'll see.
Wait a minute.
All right, Billy. I'm rooting for you.
Huzzah! 3 cheers for the conquering hero. Let us all kill the fatted calf to celebrate his victory.
Knock it off.
You seem upset for some unknown reason. Come on now, what's eating you, son? Oh, that's right, vultures.
I'm serious, Dad. I don't want to hear it.
Let's take a moment to appreciate how big of an asshole Eugene is. His son died in his mid-20s, and the second they meet in heaven, it's not, oh, I'm sorry you died. It's
told you so. Told you so, Roy.
So which strip are we on again?
485.
485? I thought we were at 465.
465 was last stream.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Anyway.
What exactly don't you want to hear, oh firstborn child of mine? That your cunning plan of jumping onto the back of a moving dragon and hitting Zycon with a shiny metal stick not only failed to destroy our family's sworn foe, but also directly led to you falling 300 feet to your demise. Or the more general point of how through your ineffective leadership, Zycon overran one of the oldest bastions of good on the mortal plane.
Hey!
Guys, we gotta stop it now. He said it. He said the line.
What line?
Shiny metal stick. He said the line. It's over.
Okay, whatever.
Oh my, Ryan, why are you so mean?
I don't get the joke.
The joke is, it's the order of the stick.
They've said the name of the organization a bunch of times already.
Oh, that too, but it's... Okay, never mind.
That was not my fault. I'm not the leader of Azure City. Hinjo is.
Horse crap, you're the highest level good character on the field and a PC to boot. It was your fight to lose.
So what you're saying is, with great power comes great blame.
I assumed that was understood.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Dad, but this isn't the end of the line. More like halftime.
What? How can you have time itself?
I should have known a sports metaphor would be wasted on you. What I mean is, the fight against Zycon isn't over yet. As soon as Durkon and Haley get their respective acts together, I'll be back in the world of living and we'll strike back at Zycon.
Ooh, yes. And while your friends collect the 7 magic spheres to wish you back to life, you can train with the secret martial arts master who lives here in the afterlife.
Really?
Of course, when we make Dragon Ball Z jokes, so does the comic.
I did it, guys. I predicted the joke.
No, not really, you moron. Does this look like Dragon Ball Z to you?
Could have fooled me. That last battle took long enough.
stuck here just like me, with not much to do but wait. Figures have to go through all the trouble to hitch your little red wagon to an ally with enough money and power to get the job done twice. And you stand there twiddling your thumbs while it gets chopped in two. I suppose hanging a city out to dry is the only logical conclusion to your complete failure.
You know, this place looks a lot different than I expected.
What are you talking about?
Well, I died, and now I'm standing here listening to you berate me. So where's the fire and brimstone? Where are all the devils?
Another joke we were preempted.
Cute, really cute, Roy.
I repent, O lords of the underworld. Whatever I did to deserve this eternal punishment, I repent. I'll take the hot pokers, just don't make me talk to my father.
You know, it's no walk in Arcadia for me here either. The only silver landing gears are both stuck. On this only silver lining on this cloud we're both stuck on is that at least now the blood oath will pass to Julia.
Oh my god, Dad, reality check. Julia is 16 years old and a 3rd level wizard. Zyklon has 100 years and 7 spell levels on her. What could she possibly do against him that I couldn't?
Featherfall.
Damn it.
I should have been so lucky.
Grade A asshole, Father of the Year.
Okay, so if this is an infinite plane, how come you can't seem to leave me alone?
Infinite, good gods. Didn't they teach you anything about planar cosmology in that school of yours? This isn't the actual afterlife here. This is just a coexistent demi-plane where the denizens of the upper planes come to watch the mortals.
Shiny, I don't think you're gonna have any lines for a while.
Can you believe she's carrying Juan's baby?
Deanie, you get to be the light bulb later, so you can be this light bulb too.
Oh, no. What page are we on?
486.
486.
Nemesis, Felipe, tomorrow.
It's also where the souls of the recently deceased folks of good alignment come to be judged before being sent to their true final rest.
Whoa, hold on a second. Tens of thousands of good people die in that ballet. How come I don't see any of them here?
Because this part of the plane is where the worshippers of the northern gods end up. You were the only northerner to die in that battle. Worshippers of the southern gods are processed on the other side of the mountain.
That character was also yours, I think.
Wait a minute, I had a 22.
And that mountain is?
Don't you listen? That's the true afterlife for the lawful good types. But don't get your hopes up for seeing it.
What do you mean?
The magic of the blood oath of vengeance that I swore against Zyklon keeps my soul from resting in the afterlife until he is defeated. And now that you're dead, it'll do the same for you.
What? You mean I can't get in the upper planes because of this?
Yeah, that's a kick in the ass, isn't it? We're doomed to wander this fluffy cloud until Julia gets her job done. That's why I've been checking up with Violet here. You remember her, right? Nothing to do but watch the living or hook up with other oath spirits.
Actually, Eugene, if I could have a word. I'm really sorry about the short notice, but it turns out that my great-great-great-granddaughter finally managed to sunder the cursed sword that devoured my father's soul. So, I'm going to join the rest of my family on the mountain, okay?
Oh, okay, that's cool. If I ever manage to get up there, I'll look you up.
Actually, please don't. I'd rather not have to explain you to my husband. You understand.
Ooh, Eugene Greenhill. Kick to the celestial curve.
This coming from someone who was just forced into a long-distance relationship with their own body.
You know, you're dead. You're dead too, Eugene.
Dear God.
Can't believe you never told me that
Yeah,
this
but at least I
stupid
didn't
oath would
die
keep me
like
out of the
that.
afterlife.
I didn't know, not until after I was dead anyways.
Being dead didn't stop you from harassing me every night in the dungeon.
You have to understand there are all sorts of rules about what you can or can't do when you manifest as a spirit. We're not allowed to directly assist Julia at all, much less fight Zycon ourselves. Frankly, we got lucky when I hijacked Chojo's summoning spell. I was able to skirt all sorts of restrictions until he sent me back.
Excuse me, Mr. Greenhilt.
Yes?
The junior Mr. Greenhilt.
That's me.
Nice to meet you, sir. I'm the bureaucratic data that has been assigned to your case.
My case?
Yes, we need to determine whether your post-mortal resident status in order to speed you on your way. Why don't you have a speed at my desk while we review your life, try to figure out if the celestial realm is right for you.
Don't even bother, honey. He's no spirit, just like me. You're just gonna tell him.
With all due respect, sir, we have a system for deciding such things. One presided over by an actual beings of pure law and good. Now, Mr. Greenhill, where were we?
Not that seeing my father get put in his place wasn't satisfying, because it really, really was. But he does have a point. Isn't his little foray into blood magic going to tie my soul to a moral realm until Zycon is defeated? Besides, I'm probably going to get raised from the dead pretty soon anyway.
All the more reason to get the paperwork out of the way now, sir. If we examine your life and find you worthy of entering the celestial realm when you are raised and subsequently killed, and clear up this blood nonsense, you'll be ready to ascend. That way we can fast-track your entry procedures and have you on your way to an eternity that much faster. Let's see, who hasn't gotten to speak much? Tom, you can be this, and, Deanie, you can be redheaded dude.
Welcome back, sir. Will you be staying long?
Yes, like I have to go there. Only till morning, old chap.
There's the pity. Oh well, I shall have the serving staff ready your usual accommodation.
Huh. I always thought the revolving door afterlife was just a metaphor.
Now, you are an adventurer, so that means you're eligible to earn frequent dying miles every time you stay with us. And you can earn double points when you use your Archon Express card. Would you like to fill out an application?
No thanks. Wasn't there gonna be some sort of judging here?
Oh, right. Let's just take a look at your permanent record, shall we?
Permanent record? I didn't know there really was one of those.
Wow, your grade school principal had quite a few choice things to say about you.
It was just a joke. We didn't know Miss McNulty was allergic to weasels.
But we generally don't consider childhood escapades. Let's see, what do we have here in the adult file? Resisting arrest.
It was an illegitimate authority.
Taking gifts intended for a king.
Would have been destroyed in the explosion anyway.
Dangling an oracle out of a window.
Really? I don't remember that one.
Abandoning... Oh my. Abandoning a friend to an unknown fate.
Oh, right. That.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Look, what I did was horrible. It really was. I shouldn't have left Ellen to those forest bandits, even if he is some sort of avatar of annoyance. But I don't think you're looking at the whole picture. I abandoned him for what, a few hours? Then I came to my senses. I realized what puts I was being and rescued him, and the rest of the party, I might add.
Oh, and what if Ellen had been killed during those few hours?
Then I don't know.
Well, at least you're being honest about it. I'll tell you, if you hadn't gone back, whether or not he lived or died, I would be chucking your file into the true neutral bin right now. As it stands, there's a lot to be said for learning from your lesson before you died, rather than trying to backpedal now. Because apparently, just a few weeks later, you saved the same coworker from the death by downing a belt of...
Please do not mention that incident within earshot of my father. I'm begging you here.
So I'm willing to let this black mark slide.
Nice! So what's next?
Your association with Belcar Bitterleaf, a.k.a. the Belkster, a.k.a. Death's Lil Helper.
I don't suppose we could just sway my heart against the feather instead?
Oh no, we haven't done that for years.
Confused.
The scales are a bitch to calibrate. Weighing your heart against a feather is a belief of
Oh, I
the
know
ancient...
that.
Oh,
I meant, what's wrong with the gender bending thing?
like...
He's
Nothing. He
embarrassed by
just
it.
doesn't want to admit it happened around his father, who chewed him out for a solid 10 minutes over dying.
Yeah, and he's significantly older, so possible transphobia and cracks about that are likely.
Before we go any further, can I just say that I find women with wings particularly attractive?
Oh, sorry, I didn't move to the page.
Oh, sorry. This
Thank
is my
you.
screen share.
Thank you, but that hardly addresses the issue at hand. You've been adventuring for a year with a chaotic evil halfling who is constantly trying to murder anyone who gets in his way. Or it looks like they might possibly be thinking about getting anywhere near his way in some sort of unspecified future point. Just to be sure.
Listen, we can't choose our party members. Anyway, I thought only paladins were prohibited from associating with evil characters. I'm just a fighter.
That's true, so normally you'd be fine. What he does would be on his soul, not yours. But what complicates the issue for you is that you have taken to the role of his commanding officer. That means on some level you are responsible for his actions, especially those actions he takes while pursuing your personal missions.
Okay, look. Belcar is a vicious little bastard. But look at it this way. By allowing Belcar to stay with us, I can channel him towards useful purposes.
Isn't that a bit risky?
Isn't it a little riskier to leave him unattended?
You could have left him in the Azure City prison under proper legal authority.
Oh, yeah, good idea. I'm sure the current pile of rubble really would have held him for like 18 seconds. If I hadn't freed him, he would have escaped during the battle anyway and probably become yet another recurring villain. Just what this comic strip needs more of. I let him out of jail because he's too strong and clever in his own brain-damaged way to be held prisoner by any jail cell I've ever seen. So instead, the jail travels with him, with me as head warden. It's a lot safer than betting people's lives on the idea that Belcar can be contained by iron bars. And until then, his combat potential is being used to fight an even greater evil than himself. It's like a work release program, really. Unless you're telling me I should have just cut his throat while he sleeps.
No, but...
Then I don't see the problem.
I'm not sure how comfortable I am with you taking it upon yourself to contain him, but put it down in the file as an attempt to redeem an evildoer. That should remove the taint of his actions from your record. Luckily for you, our latest projections on what Belcar might have done without your influence back you up. Projected,
It is the
observed,
scream.
evil, measures in kilo Nazis.
Kilo
Does
Nazis.
the scream line
9 kilo
represent?
Nazis.
A hypothetical offspring of Cruella de Vil and Sauron. The real Cruella de Vil, not the one from the live action remake.
What live action remake? This is 2007.
If I point out that any of these pop culture references should not exist in the setting anyway. It's useful to have a baseline comparison for these things.
Kilo Nazis.
So I'm like,
9 kilo Nazis. That is what Melkor's projected evil would be.
so I'm like, but you told me we didn't want to turn right. And Durkon says, no, I told you you didn't want to turn whites. Man, we had to make a lot of fortitude saves the next day.
Let me ask you something. Why did you never consider becoming a cleric yourself? You have a halfway decent wisdom and charisma scores. You could have pulled it off.
Well, this is awkward to say given where I am, but I've never really been that religious. I mean, I guess my mom raised me to worship the northern gods, but I always just figured as long as I don't actively offend any of them, they'd leave me alone. The idea of playing fetching boy for an ultra-powerful outsider who never seems to be able to get off his divine butt and do anything for himself seemed like a less than satisfying existence.
Well, Mr. Greenhilt, I think I've heard all that I need to hear. I'm ready to render a decision.
As a friend of mine might say, dun dun dun! Except for the total lack of suspense due to it being a foregone conclusion.
Excuse me?
Look, I know it's your job to rake me over the coals,
No, you're thinking devil, not Deva.
but we both know this is moot because you can't let me in due to my dear old dad's blood oath.
Mr. Greenhilt, we do things by the book around here. And it just so happens that the book in question is 100 feet tall and alight with holy fire. And it says that I need to evaluate you regardless of any mitigating circumstances that may or may not be in effect.
Okay, knock yourself out. Jeez.
There are two different sets of criteria I need to consider before assigning you an afterlife. Are you good, and are you lawful? Luckily for you, your lack of piety isn't an issue. Only your alignment is brought into question. I don't think there's any doubt that you're a good man. You regularly battle the forces of evil without expecting compensation. And I see very few truly evil acts. Nothing here that even merits a blip on the malevometer. Though sometimes you enjoy verbally dumbasting your friends and foes a little too much for our tastes. You might want to cut down on that if you do end up being raised.
Yeah, but think of how many fewer punchlines I would get if I did.
Now, as for law, you're a man who has sacrificed most of his adult life fixing a mistake his father made when he swore the flood oath of vengeance against Zycon. By talking with you, I can see that you are someone for whom the idea of responsibility is central. That would be lawful enough for us.
Yes.
Except that you often veer toward chaos in the execution of your perceived responsibilities.
Crap.
Tricking your friends into participating in this side quest to fix your sword, much less conspiring behind the backs of an order of paladins, are not acts that scream lawful. Using chaotic means to fulfill lawful obligations strikes me as fairly neutral. I don't think my superiors would blink if I kicked your case over to the neutral good afterlife. But there's one factor preventing me. You're trying. You're trying to be lawful good. People forget how crucial it is to keep trying, even if they screw up now and then. They figure that they can't manage it perfectly every working second, and they should pick some other alignment because it would be easier. But it's the struggle that matters. It's easy for a being of pure law and good to leave to these ideas, but you are immortal. What matters is that when you blow it, you get back on your horse and try again. Your record is full of gray spots, but you never stop working on improving it. That's what's important. To us, anyway. Welcome to the Celestial Realm, Roy.
Wait, what? What about the blood of vengeance? I thought.
It's not a problem for us. Go on up.
What?
In lieu of paradise, can I just get a picture of the exact look on his face?
Now, see, that's exactly the sort of comment we would like you to cut back on.
Maybe a 50-foot marble statue?
Get fucked, old man.
Wait just one cotton picking minute. When I died of old age, you all told me that I couldn't get in because of the blood oath I swore against Zycon when I was younger. I've been drifting around this cloud for years because of that. Now I know that the magic of oath, that oath binds my kids too. So how in the hell is he getting in when I'm not?
I'm guessing it's due to their very low jackass quota, Dad. They're just all full at the moment.
Your son is getting in because he died in the process of attempting to fulfill that oath. True, he could have gone about it more efficiently, but we don't penalize people for ineffectiveness. He was doing what he thought was best to the limit of his abilities, including his ability to judge what was best. You, on the other hand, made a conscious decision to abandon your own oath years before your death.
Never mind, guys. It was a stupid oath anyways.
You stopped looking for Zycon more than 20 years ago, and even when your final death was approaching, you sought out your son at college and burdened him with the blood oath rather than take one last chance at fulfilling it. You broke your oath, while your son did everything he could to reveal the vow you dumped at his feet. Therefore, he has earned his rest on the mountain, while you must wander this cloud until one of your heirs fulfills the quest. That is your punishment.
But that's not fair.
Yes, it is fair, and that's why you're upset.
Ooh, holy burn. Well, Dad, it's been a blast, but some of us have an appointment through the revolving door. Adios, Dad.
Oh no, Roy, that's only for returning patrons. As a first-timer, you want that entrance behind you. It's customary to chip the... Oh wait, actually let me sing. It's customary to chip the cherubim. All right, here you go, Beanie. You wanted this.
Welcome to the mountain, Roy. I'll be your guide through the celestial realm until you settle in or get raised.
Thanks, little ball of light.
Actually, my name is Roy's Archon.
That is incredibly convenient.
Exactly. Now, I've taken the liberty of preparing a map with a few of the attractions that I felt may appeal to you.
Attractions?
Sure. We couldn't call it paradise if you just sat around all the time doing nothing. For example, I've highlighted the Tavern of Infinite One-Night Stands.
Tom, you be the self. My voice is tired.
Okay. I'm really interested in hearing you talk about yourself.
The debate hall where you're always right. Billy, come on, Billy. Look at him. You're a guy.
Voice of Drover's skull. That's tough from the Eugene, but you know, I never really thought about it that way.
And the Dungeon of Monsters that are just strong enough to really challenge you.
Let's go with Shiny and Penty, I guess.
Wait, so if I have two CR11s and I add a CR8, what EL does that add up to?
Oh, just eyeball it already.
Uh.
Is there any place to eat?
Well, you don't strictly need to eat anymore, but if you just want to enjoy the taste of food, I'd recommend all steaks go to heaven. Past the Blessateria.
What's this big red star?
That's your mother's house. I recommend going there first. When you've been here a while, you can requisition your own house. But until then, you'll be staying with your closest relatives,
Which is my mother.
which is your mother. Yes.
So I could have all the one night stands I want, but I'd have to have them at my mom's house. Are you trying to make people feel guilty about sex?
Actually, yes. We found that our lawful patrons generally expect it that way.
Doesn't this mountain ever end?
Why? It's not like you're tired anymore. You're dead.
Yeah, but it's not exactly easy, and it's taking forever. I only have a day, 2 tops here in the afterlife, and I'd at least like to see Mom.
The mountain is symbolic of the eternal quest for wisdom and understanding. One must climb it in order to receive the rewards of the celestial realm.
Yeah, okay, but rhetoric aside, I sort of expected, I don't know, stairs or something.
Well, between you and me, we tried to install an escalator a few centuries back, but all the monks got pissed. That it violated their ascetic vows, and they felt like they were in a mall. So we went back to the old way. You climb the mountain until you reach the level of enlightenment that you're happy with. Simple, really.
Simple for you. You're flying.
Actually, it's just that the gravity exerted by this plane has only a negligible effect on the photons that make up my being.
Okay, so not so simple.
At any rate, we're only headed to the first tier of attractions right now. Those that deal with sorting out all of the messed up urges you people have left over after having your soul stuck in a glorified sausage all your life.
Wait, so all that stuff you mentioned, that's only the beginning?
Sure, but it takes most souls 30 to 40 years of being dead to get bored with sex and food and such. When they do, they start climbing again in search of more spiritually satisfying fare.
What happens when they get to the top?
True, perfect enlightenment.
Really? What's that like?
Beats me. I'm not allowed up there.
Okay, Billy, you be this Archon. Shiny, you be the soldier.
And you can do it. I have the tiger.
But I was born under the sign of Peg.
I have the pig then.
But I dream that someday, after I guide enough clueless petitioners up the mountain, I will be rewarded with all of the blessings that a higher class Archon has. Wisdom, tranquility, inner strength.
Hands?
That's intentional. If I don't strangle smart-ass newbies.
Led Zeppelin lied to us all.
That's the house, right there.
I'll tell you, I am pretty excited to see Mom again. I know it's only been 3 years since she... Oh, hello, miss. I was looking for Sarah Greenhill.
Tom, you can be Mrs. Greenhill.
Okay.
And Lady in Green is Sarah Greenhill.
Oh, okay. You already say it?
I didn't
Yeah.
hear it.
Penty said it. Penty said his line.
Okay. Hi.
Have we met before?
Hi, honey. It's me. Your mother.
No. My mother has a great bun hairdo and osteoporosis, not pigtails in a rack.
Why, it's me. Honest.
Prove it.
When you were 4, you would never go to bed until I had read you the little scion that could.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
I don't know. You could have been scrying on us.
No, Roy, that is your mother.
See? Even Roy's the Archon agrees.
How did you know my name?
This is the afterlife, Roy, honey. We all appear as I can't say words. As our ideal version of ourselves. I guess I never stopped thinking of myself as the 19-year-old.
You can't say looker.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it just means an attractive person.
Okay. It's the 19-year-old looker who had never even heard the name Eugene Greenhill.
Then why Dad still look like a wrinkled old man?
Because your father has always been a wrinkled old man in his heart. He was just hiding in the younger man's body most of his life.
And your appearance matches your moment of death, since your mind is still thinking about recent events in the realm of mortals.
I guess that makes a certain degree of sense. It's just a little weird to see you looking like that.
Don't be silly. This is the real me. I'll come and give your mommy a great big hug. If you want, I can read you that book again. You can put your head on my lap, like when you were young.
No, thanks, Mom.
I love the title of the comic. It's just called D-MILF. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
He's so short.
I didn't know MILF was even a thing back then.
Huh?
Oh, it's 7? Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Roy, look at you, leader of your own adventuring party. I'm so proud.
Thanks, Mom.
Apparently, that doesn't leave time for having children. So I'm guessing you saw your father on the way in.
Yeah, he was pretty pissed about them laying me in over him.
Typical Eugene. Can't be happy for his eldest son because he's too busy being unhappy for himself.
Serves the crotchety old bastard right, if you ask me. You can pretty much rot in hell for all I care.
I think we are technically past the point where that would be a realistic possibility.
Don't speak about your father that way, young man.
You're kidding.
I know you don't understand, but that was a time. Blah 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 blah. But there was a time when him and I were happy together. Eugene is, and always has been, a very focused man. Picks one goal and pursues it with single-minded devotion. When he decided his goal was to make me his woman, we had a very good life. Problem is, he rarely sees anyone project through it to the end. The problem is, he rarely sees any one project through to the end. He gets bored and refocuses his attention elsewhere. It took a few years, but he eventually drifted away from me and back to his career. Only by then we had kids and he was pretty much stuck with them. It's the same with this Zycon character. He saw that stupid Blood Elf, and the sorcerer who had killed his master was the driving force in his life. He gave it up to pursue other interests. If he's irritable now, it's because the cosmic powers of the multiverse are physically compelling him to finish what he started back then, one way or another. It's driving him nuts.
You know, I never really considered if he was on the spectrum. But you're certainly more understanding than I am. Though he didn't make you stand trial for your life as a means of getting in touch.
I've been his wife for almost 30 years. I should hope I've gained some insight into the man.
Actually, about the marriage thing, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but Dad was actually dating...
Dinah, you can be this guy.
So, you're sure it is out of shampoo?
No, Enrique. My son Roy is here to visit.
I understand. I will dress and let myself out.
So, what were you saying, Pumpkin? Tommy's listening.
Never mind.
Excuse me, do you remember to where you were flinging my codpiece?
Hey, as Eugene pointed out earlier, the oath was till death do us part. Anyway, Tom, your line.
Hold on. Okay. Made up the spare bedroom for you. I know you don't need to sleep, but just in case you want, hey, friends come over.
Mom,
But I'm just saying.
I doubt I'll be here long enough for that to be an issue anyway. Durkon should be raising me.
Oh, just like your father, always dying and coming back when it's convenient for you. You should think about how that affects the rest of us. Well, before you leave, you should visit the third room on the left.
Why? What's in there?
What? Someone you haven't seen since you were just a boy.
He's here.
Yes, he's been here. He's yes, has been for 18 years apparently.
I need.
I don't understand. I wasn't briefed on any.
Stay here.
But I'm supposed to.
Stay. Oh my god. It really is you. I didn't know if you'd be here. We tried so hard to bring you back. I guess it was so nice here it never occurred to you to come when we called. I'm sorry, I mean, I know it wasn't my fault. I know that. I was just a kid. It wasn't my job to watch the grown-up. But I still should have done something. I knew it wasn't safe. Dad just shushed me. He never listened to me at all when Mom wasn't around. He was so arrogant. I knew what that word meant back then. He didn't miss much after the accident. A lot of crying and yelling. A few failed attempts at resurrection. Baby sister 2 years later, who got spoiled and rotten, incidentally. Sometimes wonder what class you would have taken. Probably Bard. You loved that toy piano Uncle Miratok got you. It's good to see you, little brother.
Tom, you're good at baby voices, so
Hey, hi Roy. Can I play blocks with me?
More than anything.
As someone who has a much younger sibling, this hurts.
the sad thing is that this kid isn't. I think Eric is his name. What isn't that much younger than Roy? I don't think. He just died so much younger, and he stayed that age forever.
Oh. Eric, Roy, your time is over for now. Roy Zarkon and I talked to a few people since you said you won't be staying long. I have a visitor in the hallway.
A visitor?
Let me repeat myself, young man. I came all the way back down to the third level of the mountain to see you. So you be nice.
I think Eric gets the first line there, Tom.
Peppa!
Grandfather?
Shiny, you haven't gotten a lot to do, so you can be I forget Horace.
So I've been told, though I was wrong in my grave before either of you were more than a gleam in my boy Eugene's eye. Frankly, I'm still surprised that he liked girls. Horace Greenhilt, you must be Leroy.
Oh, man, Mom told me all about your adventures when I was growing up. Like when you rescued Princess Damsel from the clutches of the Red Dragon of Red Dragonsville.
Good times. But just between you and me, beating the green dragon of Red Dragonsville was a lot harder.
I'm a fire too. I tried to follow in your footsteps.
I know. Sora told me last time I visited Eric and her.
This is so nice for us to all be together. I'm so
Okay, I'll be the drow lady. Billy, you be the spellcaster. I think Penty
drow
speaks first. If you want to be the drow lady, sure.
No, it's
I think
okay.
the
I already
caster
have
is
2.
first.
Plane shift.
What the?
Wait,
Who's the knight?
Beanie, you can be the knight.
Let's earn some XP.
Wait, do you want to be the drow lady, Tom? I thought that's what you wanted.
No, no, you can be the drow.
Fight scene. Wait, I'm so confused. Can I even be killed in this form?
Beats me. Let's find out together.
Roy, heads up.
Swing!
Nice catch, kid.
What was all that about?
Evil adventuring party.
It happens. Come on, I'll take you fishing.
So you're saying that the reason I don't have a spiritual copy of the Green-Hilt sword here in the Celestial Realm, and you do, is because I still think of it as your sword?
Exactly. To me, it's my sword, so I have it. To you, it's still my sword, so I still have it. You'll understand when you get further up the mountain. Everything around these parts is shaped by belief, one way or another.
And that move you did, when you killed the cleric in one shot?
Oh yeah, great feat. Pain in the ass to learn though.
Oh.
When we get back to the house, I'll see what I can do to teach you the basics. You'll have to master it on your own.
Thanks, Thanks, Grandpa.
Don't mention it.
Hey, I think I got one.
Keep it steady. Keep a steady hand on it, kid. Don't let it get away. Ha! Another good catch. Good job, Roy.
Where'd it go?
It was summoned to the mortal realm.
I guess someone's on an underwater adventure. Ah well, they don't let you eat them around here anyway. This is nice though. The fishing, I mean. This is how men are supposed to relate to their offspring.
By participating in a vaguely sports-related activity in which they can have conversations without looking directly at one another?
Yeah. My father took me fishing for the first time when I was a little boy. Your father, though, he never really took to it. Gods know I tried. Always had his head buried in a book, even on the boat. Always telling me how stupid I was. I'll admit. I ain't one for words when action no do, but it ain't right for a boy to say that to his old man.
I never had too much in common with him either. I don't think I was what he was looking for in a son. Reminded him too much of you, I think. Somewhere along the line, I figured if he didn't like you for being a fighter, then maybe being a fighter was something I should consider. Can't be all bad if Dad hates it, you know.
And you've done a fine job of it, son. A single-classed fighter, just like I am. Couldn't be more proud of you.
Pretty amazing day, huh?
How'd you figure?
Well, I fought Zykon, died, was interviewed by a celestial agent, climbed an incredibly tall mountain part way, reunited with Mom, played blocks with my long-dead little brother, met my grandfather for the first time, and now I'm fishing. It's like this day will never end. I'm almost gonna be sorry when Durkon raises me from the dead tomorrow.
Son, is that... how long do you think you've been here in the afterlife?
I don't know, 12 hours, maybe 14? Why?
Why, you've been dead for 3.5 months.
What? No, that's not possible. It's the same day as...
Tell him.
At the sound of the beat, you will have been here on the mountain for 103 days, 8 hours, 20 minutes, and 9 seconds. Beep. Can I just say the way Penty said "what" is really funny. What? What?
Okay, somebody better friggin' explain this right now. And if this is some Solar's idea of screwing with the new guy, I am not laughing.
Boy, honey, calm down.
3.5 months! How is that possible? Does time, flow at a different rate here?
No, nothing so sci-fi as all that.
This is still a fantasy story.
If
Yeah, I mean,
may-
the Pay Realms, though.
If I may, it's very simple.
Yeah, then shine a little light on it for me, Glowbug, because I'm not seeing it.
First of all, rude. Second, it's called postmortem time disassociation disorder. It happens to a lot of souls when they first cross over into the afterlife.
You know the old saying, time flies when you're having fun? This is the dire half-dragon version of that.
As a mortal, your perception of time is fluid, allowing you to lose yourself in a pleasurable activity for a time. While you were alive, though, there were always limits to how long it could go on.
Limits? What are you talking about?
It means no matter how engrossed you were in your studies, eventually you get hungry or sleepy.
Or have to take a dump at the least.
Worse.
And even if you were taking care of your immediate needs, over time, your beard would come in, your fingernails would grow. Around you, the sun would set and rise. The season would change, dust would accumulate. Here, none of that happens. The sun sits stationary in the sky. Temperature never changes. And no matter how long you're here, you never need to eat or sleep. It's your
Okay.
turn, Tom.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where we were. I thought it was a giant bubble. You don't even have to have the beating of your heart to count out the moments for you anymore.
Now, at the exact same time that you lose all reference points to the passage of time, you're thrown into this amazing place where everything is strange yet somehow perfect. Where everyone you meet is the same alignment as you, and you're back together with long lost friends and family. The combined effects leave your mortal mind so enthralled that you become completely unaware of time racing past you. 3.5 months feels like a day.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I'm sorry, but what was I doing all that time? Besides decomposing, apparently.
You can say the first part of the line. I'll say the second.
Okay. It's true, honey. It happened to me too.
It turns out I spent 8 weeks making love to this night fella.
Not helping, Mom.
Come on, boy, use your head. Ask yourself this then. How tall was that first portion of the mountain you climbed to get here?
Tall.
Far taller than any mountain back on the mortal plane, right?
I guess.
And yet, scaling the world's tallest mountain would take the most experienced climber days, even weeks. Did you really think you had gone higher in a few hours?
Well, it only took one page. I thought I found a shortcut.
You didn't. It took you 8 weeks to get to your mother's house, and you spent another 3 playing with your little brother.
Oh, come on. It wasn't that elaborate of a block castle.
But how many times did you knock it down and start over again from scratch?
No idea. I wasn't counting.
Would it surprise you to learn you did so 34 times?
Crap. Why didn't you say something? You're supposed to be my guide.
You didn't ask, and we're not in the habit of spoiling the eternal reward of our petitioner. It's bad PR, and it sounds our customers are retreating into a tailspin.
Okay, fine. I understand how it could be that long, but why has it been that long? Durkon was supposed to rendezvous with Haley the next day and raise me from the dead. So why am I still here 14 weeks later? What's happening down there? What about Zycon? Why haven't I been brought back?
Good questions, son.
Tom,
I'm confused where I am.
left
Two rows from the
panels.
bottom on 499.
Thank you. You don't know the answers.
Why the hell not?
We don't know what is happening in the mortal realm any more than you do, Roy. Trust me, it's better that way. After a while, you'll realise that it's better to let go of what may or may not be going on down there. You'll just make yourself upset for no good reason. You're dead. I'm dead. We're all dead up here. There's nothing we can do to influence the mortal realm anymore.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's not that simple. There's a lich down there that needs to be stopped, whether I'm dead or not. There has to be something I can do. There must be somewhere we could go and look down on the plane.
Well, the prodigal son returns. Looks like the fatted calf isn't off the hook just yet. What's the matter, Roy? You got bored with the free sex and booze, decided it would be more fun to come back and kick the old man around some more?
Yeah, here's a tip. Playing the victim isn't going to get much traction with me. At any rate, I didn't skip out on eternal bliss and run down a mountain for
9 days.
9 days in order to resume our scintillating conversation. I came back down so I could look down at the mortal realm.
Ah, did someone not get resurrected on schedule? Poor Roy. Well, far be it from me to interrupt you. By all means, cast your gaze upon the living.
Thanks, I will. How come all I see are white fluffy clouds?
Ha! It's easy, son. It's just like scrying. Oh, wait, that's right. You're a fighter. I bet they didn't teach scrying in that fighter college yours, did they? Well, it looks like you're out of luck then, my friend. A shame, since it has been an interesting few months down there. Yes, sir.
Roy Zarkon, can you help me scry on my friends?
Actually, lantern archons like me don't have the power to form a scrying club out of the clouds on our own. We just hang around and wait for a planetar or a deva to come down and walk over their shoulder.
Look, Dad, getting me rezzed is as important to you as it is to me. So let me look down and see why Durkon is dragging his feet.
Say please.
What?
Say please.
Please, Dad, will you please help me scry the mortal realm?
No.
What?
No. N-O. As in, no, I will not assist you in scrying the mortal realm. You seeing what's happening will it actually change any of what's transpiring. And thus, it isn't at all relevant to getting me onto that mountain. Whether or not you know why you haven't been raised won't change whether or not you will be raised in the future. It'll just satisfy your curiosity, and I don't care one whit about that.
Dad, I swear, knock it off and help me.
Or what? You won't destroy Zykoth for me? Too late on that bluff check, son.
still your
You made
mind.
it clear back in Shojo's throne room that you felt morally obligated to tackle Zycon anyways, on account of him being a threat to the whole world. So be pissed at me all you want. You'll still do what I need to when, or should I say, if your soul and body ever manage to meet up again. You're dead, Roy. Dead and gone. You have no say in what goes on down there anymore. Which means unless Zycon graciously chooses to pop up here in person, allow you to make unarmed attacks against him, you're useless to me. Or should I say, even more useless. In short, I'm done with you. Go back to the mountain and cry to your mother, little boy.
You pathetic old... No. You know what? Fine. You do what you've got to do. I mean, normally I would launch into a huge sarcastic rant, but obviously that isn't the way to solve my problems, or I wouldn't be dead at age 28.
Actually, 29. Your birthday was last week.
You're not worth the trouble. I'll find someone else to help me.
Wait, so you're just going to take it? Don't you want to get in a few shots at me first?
Looks like. Not really. Roy's Darkon. Any chance of us finding one of those Davids who'd be willing to help out?
We can give it a shot. Sure.
Hey, get back here, you moron.
No. Why should I? I'm not going to change who you are as a person by shouting a few insults at you, no matter how clever they may be. I'm not a bard. I used to think I could. That if I could just deliver the perfect retort, it would open your eyes a little. But I'm not a bard. But if everything you've been through with Mom and Eric and Grandpa and the literal forces of the cosmos hasn't made you want to be a better man, I doubt a one-liner from me or from Ellen is going to do the trick now.
Thank you for appreciating my talents, Ghost of Roy.
Ghost of War.
Thanks, disembodied voice of Ellen. You are who you are, and every time I stoop to the level of engaging you with another angry tirade, I'm a little more like you and a little less like Mom. So, see you around, I guess.
Oh, I get it. You're trying to trick me.
What? No, Dad. I honestly don't want you to scry for me. I don't need the stress in my life. Afterlife.
Well, I can play along, if only so that I can be there when your pathetic attempt at reverse psychology fails.
No, I really don't want your help anymore. I'll find someone else, really.
Listen to me, young man. You will stand there and watch as I scry for you, and you will like it because I am your father.
Yeah.
You do know that you don't make any sense, right? Okay, fine. If your ego can't grasp not being crucial everything I say or do, then go ahead and scry for me. On one condition.
Name it.
When I eventually destroy Zycon and you are led into the afterlife, you never go to Mom's house there. Not even once. You can go anywhere else on the mountain, but not there. You disappear, and your family enjoys eternity without you.
That's it. Agreed.
Swear, for what it's worth.
I swear.
I don't know what's more depressing. That you agree to that so easily, or that I knew that you would when I proposed it.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't worry about it. Fire up the scrying pool, Dad.
We'll need to concentrate on one person at a time to scry properly.
Let's start with Durkon then. I want to know why he hasn't raised me yet. Durkon Thunder Shield, Durkon Thunder Shield, Durkon.
I want to hear someone else do a Scottish accent.
That
But
is,
it's Durkon who's saying that.
What is it?
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's how
my-
scrying works. He didn't
Okay,
get some random dwarf.
okay. By the power invested in me by the gods, I now pronounce you man and wife.
All right, so I think that's a good place to end for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Especially because if we started the Living World plot right now, we probably would only get to half of the party. Meanwhile, I really hope that in future streams we get a decent amount of time on each side of the split party. But good night, everybody. See you
Good night.
It's
tomorrow.
gonna be a
And really, don't split the party. It's a lot more fun in comics than it is in actual campaigns.
It's gonna be a while before I have another line.
Not tomorrow because tomorrow's Wednesday.